If you've been planning on a Hobonichi Cousin and you're wondering what to do with this first page of the month, stick around. This video is for you. Grab a cup of coffee and pull up a chair because we're going to create a currently page. Hi, if this is your first time seeing my hands, welcome to the channel. I'm Erin of Playing Life with Erin, and if you are new, hello, hi, how are you? Guys, thanks for checking out a video. I really appreciate it. So in today's video, we're going to be planning in my Hobonichi Cousin. I used to plan in a Happy Planner, and if you're familiar with Happy Planner, they have currently pages in them, and I really loved the currently page. I like to be able to look back and see what I was doing like this time last year, that kind of thing. So when I made the transition to the Hobonichi Cousin, I was like, oh, I'm going to lose a currently page. But then I started realizing within the very first, I thought it was just the first month. I thought it was just January because I hadn't really flipped through. And when I did, it was quickly and I didn't notice. But I thought it was just this first page for January 1st, starting the new year, that was blank. But then as we entered into February, I realized there was another blank page. Can you see the pattern, guys? Okay, so I decided to make them my currently page. And we're in March. We're very much in March, I might say. We are halfway through March, but here we are, and we're going to do a currently page for March. Now, I do use, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use them today, but I do have some currently prompts that I've been using from Let's Plan with Sarah, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use these because I've kind of used them all and I'm being not lazy. I just don't have time right now to print out another sheet. It takes a hot minute and I'm in between dropping the kids off at school and then going to pick up my mom. We have lots of things to do today, help out my parents on Wednesday. But I was like, you know what? I've got some time. Let's do a currently page. Okay, so let's get going. Let's do this. I think I need my glasses. Hold on, put those on. I'm probably going to do a combination of, I've got a couple of different things going on here. I've got a lot of Let's Plan with Sarah. I will link her shop down below. She sells digital prints, so you can print them from home. And you can print them in any size that you'd like, as you can see. So I'm going to be using her Flowers Come Spring. I think I have, yes, I do. I have all three of them. These are absolutely gorgeous. I love how realistic they look. They're so beautiful. So I think we're going to do something with these. I also have her purple doilies, but I don't think I'm going to be using those. I may bring in some quotes from her sheet of flower quotes. And as always, guys, if you've been around on this channel for a little bit now, or if this is your first time here, I am obsessed with the TheCoffeeMonsterzCo. So I'm not sure if they're going to make their way into my currently page this month. They didn't last month, but you never know. Okay, so I want to start off with writing the word currently. Now, I think the way that I want to do this, I don't have a pencil nearby, or do I? I might be lying. I do have my pencils. So these are just drawing pencils that I picked up off of Amazon. And I have a really nice eraser. So we're going to put that there because I want to make a line because I don't write the straightest unless I have some sort of a guide. So I think what I want to do is I want to make the line here, and I'm hoping that that's straight. Seems like it is. And then we're going to write in the word currently. Now, I want to make sure I spell it correctly because, again, if you've been around on the channel for a hot minute, I'm not the best speller, and that's okay. I've accepted that I'm not, and I practice every day, so I'm definitely better than I used to be. But when I am in a rush or when I am doing something like hand lettering, I'm finding if I'm not looking at the word while I'm writing it, I spell it wrong because I get so into the hand lettering and I'm concentrating so much that I forget that I spell feeling something. So I'm going to use this guide, and we're just going to write out currently. And my hand lettering is not the best, but in comparison to others, it's probably not the best you're going to find. However, in comparison to what it used to look like, so if I am, you know, what is that saying where you're not in competition with anybody but yourself? So if I'm competing with myself, or if I'm checking in with my own growth, yeah, I'm doing much better than I was before. So I'm pretty proud of that. Trying to give myself credit when credit is deserved and stop being my own worst enemy when it comes to certain things and my own worst critic. And so far, I'm not sure who's winning that. All right, so we're gonna go, and I want to do like a little bit of a shadow, so I'm gonna go in with my N79. Y'all know this is my favorite, but I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of a shadow. And I'm not sure if it's going to really pick up on camera. But I really love the way this looks. I've been doing this in my affirmation journal, actually, and I really like how it just kind of gives it like a little depth. We'll go with that word. And I mean, that smudged a little bit, but that's okay. All right. Now I have these beautiful flowers. And again, I don't know if I said this. I'm going to link her shop down below. I do have a code for you guys, so you can save yourselves 15% when you use my code. Treat yourself and save some money. All right. I'm really liking, wish I had the orange in a smaller set. All right, let's see. Do I want to do a quote first? Let your dreams blossom. Oh, I really like that. I wonder if I could do that down here and kind of put it on top of the flower. Be patient with yourself. Nothing in nature blooms all year. Let's see. Let your dreams blossom. If you tend to a flower, it will always bloom. Bloom, baby, bloom. I like that one too. But I do like the let your dreams blossom. I think I'm going to add that one in at the bottom. And I think I want to use, these are so pretty. I have trouble with lots of color, but I think those colors look really nice together. So how do I want to do this? Let me get my scissors and let's piece some of this together. I'm not going to push that down all the way. Let me put this off to the side for a second, and let's grab this flower and pop this in down in this corner. Ooh, okay, hold on. Too many words. Too many stickers on my fingers. There we go. I want to pull it all the way to the page. Ooh, that looks nice. I like that. Okay. And then let's add in a little bit. Do we want to add in this purple? I'm not sure. Maybe we want to bring this up a little bit. I want to get it as close as I can, but I also want to try not to have to cut the side because I don't want to accidentally cut my planner. And then we're going to add this in. Ooh, I like that. I'm really liking that a lot. Okay, but I do think I want to add in some washi. So let's grab, I'm just going to grab my grid washi. And we're just going to kind of add this in at the bottom. And I'm going to try to pull this up a little bit so it's running underneath this flower. I can just pull it up a smidge. Perfect. And I've talked about the sticker paper before. I absolutely love it. I'm pretty certain it is linked in my Amazon shop, but I've noticed that the sticker paper, as long as it hasn't been on there for like a while, it will stick on there. All right, we're going to erase this line. And I highly recommend these Amazon, they're just Amazon Basics, which I find that the Amazon Basic brand most of the time is really nice, but these are drawing pencils. I think it was a set of, let me see, 2, 4, 6 pencils, and then some, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness, not chalk. It'll come to me. 3 of those, a pencil sharpener, a smudge thingamajiggy. I don't know exactly what its technical term is. One of these erasers, which I really love. When I took art lessons when I was younger, I loved these. This was like my version of a fidget in putty when I was younger. And then this really great white eraser, which works really well on the Hobonichi, and it works really well once you let your art dry a little bit. Get rid of those eraser lines. And it's Amazon Basics. I will link that in my shop in case you guys are looking for a decent pencil set. All right, let's add in some of these. I want to do this smaller flower since it's the only one that I really have that's smaller. I'll just kind of put that in there for the orange ones anyways, and then we'll add in a purple. I think I want to kind of just layer it on top of it. I like how that looks. Cute. Okay. Now, for my currently page, I think I'm going to draw some more lines, and I'm not going to write everything out. Make sure this is straight. So I want to talk to you guys about a really great podcast that I have found. I actually found her page on Instagram. I wrote it down where I put it. So the podcast is called Thrive Like a Parent, and it's by Brooke Weinstein. And if you're interested in checking out her Instagram page, I will put her information down below, but her Instagram handle is at Brooke Wine ST. So I don't know if you guys can see that. So she talks a lot about parenting. She talks a lot about different things like regulating yourself and ADHD as an adult and things like that. It's a variety of different things. And I was listening to the podcast today after I took the kids to school. I took a ride. I went to the bank and I was listening to her podcast, and I think the podcast was about moms that that kind of like jump into like entrepreneur moms. And she had someone on the show, and forgive me because I didn't hear who it was. Kind of skipped through the intro credits and I went a little too far, but they were talking about when you become a mom and how, like, what was that transition like? So like that's what they started the podcast off as. And I almost started crying because this person that was on the show was talking about how she got married, and then 3 weeks after she got married, she found out she was pregnant, and she really wanted to have kids right away. Joe and I were together for about 6.5 years before we got married, and I was older. He's 10 years older than I am, so I was 29 when he asked me to marry him, and he was 39. So, and we had been together for a very long time, and I had been friends with him. So I had known him for a good 12 years. And we lived together, all the things. And I was just like, oh, let's have a baby. And, we were kind of trying before we got married, and we're like, if it happens, great. But let's try to make it close to the wedding so the dress still fits. But anyways, we got pregnant on our honeymoon, surprisingly. I found out about a week or so, about 2 weeks after. I started feeling funny. I wasn't feeling good, whatever. My mom had said when I got back from the honeymoon that I looked like I was green. And I just chalked it up to, I have a severe phobia of heights and escalators, apparently. But I was brave, and I decided to go down the small escalator. So I just kind of chalked up my green look to being really scared about going down this escalator. And nope. I found out like 3 weeks later I was pregnant with my son. which we were very happy and excited about. But on this podcast, this woman who I didn't catch if she said how old she was when she got married. I was going to tear this washi, but it's not happening. So we're just going to do that. That works better. There we go. So yeah, so she got pregnant. She got pregnant like 3 weeks after, kind of like the same scenario. We actually got married on our honeymoon where she did not. And she was saying that, before she got married, she wanted to have kids right away, yada, yada. And in hindsight, not that she regrets anything, as I don't either. She wishes she waited a little bit. And I remember people at the time saying to me, take advantage, be involved in, be married, just be married. And I was like, we've been together for like 6.5 years. We've been friends for 5 on top of that. I've known this man my entire, young adult life and all that stuff. We had worked together, whatever, yada, yada. So as exciting and wonderful as it was to find out that we were having a baby, when the reality of all that hit, it was like, whoa, hi, we're having a baby. And then the challenges of going from, and it was interesting what this person said on the podcast, the transition from going from basically singlehood, in a sense, to motherhood was very shocking, where suddenly it's like, wow, I have to do the things. And yeah, I felt that this morning. I actually got a little teary-eyed about it because I definitely was feeling that. And she made a statement where she said, where nothing would be the same again. And that's true. That was very true. Nothing would be the same again. And even though it was joyful and exciting and all those things, it was like getting thrown into the deep end without any swimmies on. And everything I thought it was going to be, it was, but then there were other things that I wasn't expecting. Like things like friends not really talking to me as much, or not being able to go out just because, there are things like that I feel like, not that I didn't think through all the way, but I was like not expecting that part of my life to, I guess, change that much. But then, we evolve and you start to, not evolve, but you start to, I don't know. I guess evolve would be a good word, to the new life and the new things. And you make mom friends. And luckily I had made a good friend that she was actually a good friend of mine in high school. We drifted apart. But she actually got married about 2 weeks before me, and her son was born 2 weeks before mine. So we kind of like hooked up and started talking while we were both still pregnant. And it was really great. It was great to have somebody else who was literally going through all of the things at the same time I was. But then, so this woman on the podcast was talking about how her baby was very colicky. Colicky? Did I say that right? I think I did. And, it's like just kind of sucking that joy out of parenting because you're with a colicky kid all the time and they cry a lot and things like that. But I found with me, so Weston was a really good sleeper, like really good. My joy was kind of, I don't want to say it was taken from me, but I like put that joy on the back burner. I like kind of paused it for a second because I started noticing like around 6 months old, and I have a little bit of a background in psychology and developmental things and children and all that stuff. So I started noticing kind of early on that Weston kind of stopped responding to his name. So I would try things like calling him Wes or Weston or, whatever. I was just trying all different things, trying to get him to like make that eye contact again. And then I actually started saying things like, Weston, look at mommy. And that triggered him to listen to me, or to look at me rather. Hold on one second, guys. Need to write. I can't write and talk. So I honestly, I have no idea, but I kind of chalk that up to the fact that he makes really good eye contact now. But it was just, he was like 6 to 9 months old. He was still little. And I was noticing things that other people weren't noticing. I felt very alone. And then I felt really crazy at times too, because it didn't feel like anybody was like really seeing what I was seeing. And then I was so worried all the time. It kind of like robbed me of that joy. And I feel like I was so stressed out. I was a new mom. I was trying to make sure everything was right and good and all the things. And I still had the joyful moments. I still, had every day where I would find something that, was good in the day, because being a new mom is really stressful, really tiring. And then I added this layer on top of it where I was feeling in my gut that something was off, and like developmentally. And I'm really glad that I decided to pursue that, because when he was 3, he was diagnosed. And my family kind of was like, and sorry if anybody in my family is watching this, but my family was kind of like, oh yeah, no, he's fine. He'll start talking when he's ready and all that stuff. He's just a late bloomer, which is great. I appreciate this support in that sense. But the reality was that no, he had autism, and that's fine. But it was really important for us to get all of that, the therapies and everything, and the services that he needed to help him to grow and thrive and all the things. So it just struck me, this podcast this morning, and how things change so quickly when you become a new parent, and you're like, oh my goodness, I have to do X, Y, and Z, and I have to keep another human alive, and all those things. And then for me to have that extra layer of worry on top, it was rough. And they also made a comment about postpartum depression and how it wasn't really a thing. Not that it wasn't a thing, but it wasn't really talked about. So Weston was born in 2012. This woman who was on the podcast, her son or daughter, I didn't catch, I think it was a daughter, was born in 2016 maybe. And like things were talked about a little bit more, but certainly not as much as they were now. And I don't ever remember my doctor, my OBGYN, I don't ever remember her mentioning anything about postpartum and any of my post-pregnancy checkups, which is like what you go after 6 weeks or something, 4 weeks. Didn't hear anything about it. And I think about it now all the time. I'm like, why didn't I hear anything about postpartum depression? And then I think about, they said on this podcast, like how you're a mom and you just get up and you just keep going. You just keep doing all the things. You just push through it. And I look back on it, and I think in hindsight, I probably did have a little bit of postpartum, and the feelings of just loneliness and not like feeling like I was on an island. I used to think it was because of my situation, but now I start to think that maybe it was some postpartum depression going on. And I'm still, I'm honestly embarrassed to admit that I really still don't to this day. And my kids are 10, almost 11, and almost 9. I still don't know as much as I feel like I should know about postpartum depression. So I feel like that's something that definitely, I hope my kids, my daughter and my son, learn more about that. But this podcast was really great. I really liked it. I really like how they talk about just different things, different aspects of parenting. Their kids, I think, are younger than mine. And it was really great. I just got really teary-eyed, though, listening to it this morning. And I wanted to share that with you guys. I have been trying to share a bit more about me and my kids to a degree, and the struggles that we've had with different things. But I wanted to share that with you guys. So if you're a new mom, you're not alone. If you're a seasoned mom, you're not alone. And I think that they mentioned this on the podcast too, that the pandemic really kind of opened up the social networking a lot more. I think it kind of cracked it wide open, like where we were all sitting at home. Again, my kids were older. There were a lot of parents out there having babies and stuff, but they opened up this huge, they cracked it open, this huge network of moms, because we're all moms. We're all sitting here and we're all like in a pandemic and can't go anywhere and trying to do the best for our kids and all the things. And I had Weston and we weren't, having services at that point because, well, we did, but just not in person. And then when we first like kind of left school, it was kind of like, all right, everybody go home, and there were a lot of kinks to be worked out. So there were some services that weren't necessarily given towards the end of the year. They tried their best, but it was, again, this huge learning curve. We all weren't expecting to be in this particular fry pan, but here we all were. So, it was tough as a mom to not worry about him having any regressions, and he did. I'm going to say he did, but nothing major, more routine regressions, like he used to get up and get his own clothes out and get himself dressed in the morning, and then because we were home, things like that kind of changed. So I don't know if it was regression or just situational, but yeah, it's a really good podcast. I don't know where I was going with all that, but it kind of like struck a nerve this morning, and I really wanted to come on here and talk about it a little bit with you guys. If you guys have a chance, check her out. Again, it's called Thrive Like a Parent. She's on, I listened to her on the iTunes podcast thing, but I haven't checked to see if she's on the Kindle podcast. I'm assuming she would be. And her Instagram handle is Brooke, BrookeWeinst. So check her out. I've been finding it to be very informative and like kind of just make me feel like I'm not alone. I'm not alone. And that's nice. It's nice to know that I'm not alone. All right. I'm trying to find one so I have listening, reading, planning. Okay, we're going to get back to the whole planning thing, guys. Sorry, that was very long-winded. And if you're still watching this video, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. And also, if you're interested in subscribing to the channel, go ahead and do that now and hit that little bell notification so you're always reminded when I come out with a new video, which is 2 to 3 videos a week with 100% guarantee a video on Mondays. Okay, excuse me. I think I'm going to add in like me time. So currently I am trying to be good about some self-care and actually taking that time for the self-care. So I'm going to write in self-care here. My handwriting is not the best today, guys. I apologize. Although maybe it is. Again, with that critic in me. Okay, wow, this is looking so cute. I love this. So what I'm going to do is let me see if I have any. I don't have an orange. I have a yellow. And I have this really pretty pink. And I'm not sure. Do I have a purple? I do have a purple. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to put in like little bullets. And I'm going to put in my podcast that I'm listening to, and then my favorite song. That's usually what I put in when I'm listening to. Reading. We're going to put 2 dots because I've been reading like crazy. I just finished a book. It took me one day. Well, a day and a half. Granted, yesterday was a day home because I didn't have school yesterday. And who on this planet Earth decided that it was a good idea to have a Tuesday off for a personal development day? Give me their number. They're crazy. Because going back to school today was hard, let me tell you guys. And we just changed the clocks back. Yeah, it's been fun. Let me see. I think I can fit in what I want there. So we're going to leave that like that. And we're just going to have 1 bullet point for, oh, you know what? I think we need to do 2. But where should I put it? That is the question. I could maybe do it here and write it out there. That seems a little too squishy. I'll just write it down here. And then we'll just come down from there. Okay. Let me erase these lines since I don't need them anymore. So yeah, so I read, what was the name of the book? The Lies We Tell, or What Lies We Tell. It was by Frida McFadden. I read a couple of her books, The Housemaid and The Housemaid's Secret. They're good books. They're really easy reads, and I like the whole mystery thriller, taking twists and turns, trying to figure out who done it and why, kind of thing. But I didn't really like this book that much. I don't know. I mean, I liked it until I got to like the last couple of chapters, and then I just feel like it kind of like unraveled, and it was just like, okay, and done, and kind of left me feeling underwhelmed. But again, she's a good writer. I do like her books. I would definitely recommend checking her out. Oop, hi. I didn't come back with a sticker. Here we go. I almost want to put this here, but then I'll take out the March. Wonder. I don't think I have. And I can't write it in over there. Okay, so we're going to wait on that one. Let's lift this a bit. And I'll stick this. I have all these like half cut stickers that I want to use now. But yeah, she's definitely worth checking out. I do have other books on my list of hers to read, so I will be checking that out. Oh, I have 2 stickers here. Oh, no, I don't. All right, let's see. How do we want to? This one's too big, but maybe we can add this in underneath this. Kind of have that come down like that. Do I like that? I think I like that. Okay, that looks good. I do have this other pink one, but now I feel like there's too much pink in here. Let me see if I can use these at all. I think just to fill up a little bit of the white space. I don't have to go too crazy. But that will look nice. And maybe something here. Let's see. We've only used one small, but maybe we can add a nice little floral. I've got that one there. Do I have any other smaller ones? This one's a little different. Let's put this one in. Maybe not. Let's try this one. These flowers are so beautiful. I already have that one there, but I don't mind that there, and it kind of gives it a nice little look. I think I can add something in small here. What if we did this? If you guys hear my stomach growling, I apologize. I have not stopped. So, if you guys have been here for my past video, I was not doing my miracle morning. I was just not feeling well last week, but now I'm definitely feeling a lot better. And got up this morning. We did it on Monday. Yesterday we didn't do it. I was just so darn cold. I didn't want to get out of bed. So that looks cute there. I'm gonna put that there. I got out of bed this morning, did the miracle morning, went and took the kids to school. That's kind of cute, but let's see. What if I put it? Sorry, guys. I can't like talk and do things at the same time. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. But you know what? I think I want to add some washi underneath it. Let's see how that looks. Or, anyways, so what was I saying? Right. So I got up, I did the miracle morning, I took the kids to school, I went to the bank, I had to stop at the drugstore. All the things, guys. Can you see that through there? How would that look? No, I don't like that. I'm talking to myself. What if let's see. Just to have a little bit more of this washi coming through. I don't necessarily need it, so if I can't get it, then that's okay. Ooh, let's do some tricks with this washi over here. Let's see. Ooh, that's cute. I think if that stays down, that's super cute. And then maybe, but I'm feeling really pumped this morning. I don't know if I can get this up because I can't really grab the page the way I want to, but let's try anyways. I want to rip it. But I did forget to eat this morning. So if you hear my stomach growling, sorry. Okay. That works. And hopefully that stays stuck. Oh, I like that. And I can add in one more here. Since, see, like this kind of looks strange to me. I feel like this needs to be on this side. So let's do this. And then we'll add in, I need another small one. What if, I did use this one here, but no, I don't like that. Oh, uh-oh. Let's do, what other little purple ones do I have? I like this little rose one. Let's do this one. This one might be too big. It's going to cut into that. Let's see if I can cut it. And then add this with it. If I add this in here, let's see. Can I make it work without it looking weird? I don't think I can. All right, let's see. I don't have any other small ones now that I cut up that one. So what if we add in, I have this one. This one's kind of small. Wow, my stomach is so loud, guys, and my microphone is right near my stomach. It's like on my lapel. It's a lapel mic. So it's going to be in my way of writing. But what if I put this here and put that like that, and then take this little piece of washi. Maybe not. And what if we add it in right under here? Ooh, okay. We kind of made it work, except I don't like where this emoji is. So let's do it that way. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Good, good, good. Now, I will be filling this out off camera because I'm not going to take the time to sit here and write all this out. But I wanted to give you guys a general idea of how we can turn this into a currently page. You can be as minimal as you want. You can add in all the coffee monsters that you want. You can add in some florals from different shops. You can do whatever you want. The result looks like similar to when it's all written in. Let's see if I can find my February one. And I like this having this bigger space to write what I'm listening to and why I like it, or what I'm doing and why, and just different things that are happening in the news. This one was headlines, playlists, learning, and reading, and a terrible hand lettering job here that I tried to fix. But yeah. And then this one was reading, wearing, on my playlist, things that I'm loving. And I also use Sarah stickers for this currently page as well. I like the floral. I feel like it's a nice little break. Like a nice little pop, not a break, a nice little pop. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. As always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come by and check out a video. It means the world to me. I truly, truly appreciate it. I said this earlier in the video. If you are interested in subscribing to the channel and you haven't had a chance to do that, do so now so you don't forget. Hit the little bell notification so you're notified every time I come out with a new video. And if you like this video, give it a like. Let's build that community bigger. I'm really loving the community that we have, and I would love to build it bigger and just welcome all of the people here to be here with us. And have fun. So let me know down in the comments below if you guys use a currently page in your Hobonichi Cousin or not, or if it's something that you might try to do now that you've seen this video. Let me know. Okay, until next time, guys, have a beautiful week and happy planning. Bye.